Glassdoor said the average cost of hiring a new employee is around $4,000. $4,000. Think about how many employees you've hired this year and are no longer on the team. Is it one person, 5 people, 20? If you're in a large organization, hasn't been 100 or more. Wow, $4,000 is the average cost it's taking you to hire somebody. What's it costing you? Time, money, stress. It all boils down to retention. Companies that make employees feel good, who give recognition, are also 56% less likely to look for a new job. And employees also are 73% less likely to feel burned out when recognition is offered. So I want to talk about retention today because those statistics blew me away. So here are 7 characteristics of companies with low turnover. As a leader, you have the power to influence the way your company is ran. These 7 characteristics are examples of what leadership looks like at an effective organization with low turnover. And we talk a lot about this with our coaching clients all the time. I was literally walking through this module with one of our coaching clients because they have, in 2022, they hired over 70 team members and less than half of them are with them now. So here's the first characteristic, is that these leaders and these companies, there is a strong leadership by example. Are you leading by examples? Managers and leaders who are productive, people look up to those type of leaders. There's a high standard for activity stats that leaders are meeting constantly themselves. People are constantly being sold on the importance of healthy work habits. Are you doing this in your company? The second, there is delegation and empowerment. Leaders, are you delegating tasks to other team members? Are you creating a bench, so to speak, of the next leaders for your company? It's not the same person doing everything all the time, but there's multiple people getting involved in the organization and doing the work. When delegation is done right, people are asking, hey, what can I do? How can I help you? Versus being bossed around or being told what to do. And these leaders are leaders. They're not dictators either. And everyone is involved in a role beyond only making their normal sales calls or their normal duties. The third characteristic is leadership has a proper attitude towards problems. Leaders and managers confront the problems directly and promptly in private. We don't criticize in public. There's no whining and complaining. It's not an acceptable part of that culture. And people who are quick to focus on potential solutions, so they're proactive rather than focusing on the problem too. The fourth characteristic is leadership is aware of danger signals. What are your red flags? Do you know what your red flags are? If not, you might need to sit down and take some notes or go walk the halls or do some conversations with your team members. Activity is always viewed regularly in these companies, and there are checkpoints in place to catch underperforming quickly. Also, there is strong communication amongst leaders to discuss challenges that arise. And the fifth characteristic is there is a general sense of sensitivity, meaning people don't interrupt one another. People show respect. There's a lot of genuine encouragement all around. There's a lot of attitude of gratitude for accomplishments and celebrating others' success. Communication is organized and it's empathetic, and there's no backstabbing, no stealing of accounts, no closing accounts behind other people's backs, none of those things. This is a true, genuine culture of servanthood and gratitude and encouragement as an entire team. And the sixth characteristic of companies with low turnover is people puke up, meaning the lines of management are observed, and when complaints are made, they are not made to colleagues at the same level, but they're made to the leaders above, but only to superiors. Because if not, when team members are complaining to each other, guess what? All kinds of drama tends to happen and everybody gets drugged down into the muck. And so the team also holds one another accountable to always be focusing on the bright side, and they always nip the gossip triangle in the bud. So the seventh characteristic is there is a constant anticipation and high expectancy. Everyone is clear on the company's long-term vision or on the team's long-term vision. If they don't know your vision, you need to start sharing that from the mountaintops. The purpose of the entire group is reviewed regularly and with inspiration and inspiring fashion. They know exactly what they're working towards, why they're there, and they are on the same page as leadership. Managers are also sold on modeling key principles of success. And there is always a general optimism for the future and future success habits too. If you don't give them a system, you will be in perpetual emotional conversations and people wanting to leave and things are never working out for them, and it just creates drama. So what are those success habits, and is there a good system to make sure those are always in place and always retrained to the team all the time? So these are just 7 characteristics of companies with low turnover, and I hope this is valuable to you guys. If you want to know more about how to work on some of these leadership skill sets, reach out to me. We would love to share more about this with you and get you a coach. Until next time, make it a fantastic day.